At a former manufacturing site in Swords near Dublin, Ireland, contamination from historic spills and leakages was found under and adjacent to one of the existing buildings on site. The main contaminant of concern here is 2-chloropyridine, or 2-PCL, typically used in the manufacturing of pharmaceuticals and pesticides.
Operations on this site ceased in 2013. The original contamination has been remediated and removed, and therefore the goal of this pilot program is to remediate the residual contamination.
This project is a good example of how we work both globally and internally within Regenesis to support consultants and their clients with their contaminated sites.
This project came up through a consultant in our region who represents an international client. The sales manager and myself talked with him on a couple occasions and briefly laid out the options that we thought he might have for his site. We quickly engaged our European team.
We took the job working with the international client team, including the consultant in Ireland, AWN. Together, we developed the design further, culminating in 3 pilot tests.
So the contaminant of interest on this site is quite resistant to degradation. This here has made this more of an interesting case, knowing that we have fractured bedrock underneath the surface. Following discussions, the EPA provided us with approval to carry out this pilot program with Regenesis.
We have a source area which is within this building, and that consists of 4 points in a grid formation, and then we have 2 separate barriers which we are installing, both 5 points each. We are remediating between 4 and 12 metres below the current ground level, which is the intermediate zone of the groundwater.
Inside the building, we're going to be using just Petrifix, which is one of our colloidal activated carbon technologies. It includes an electron acceptor blend, so nitrates and sulfates to kickstart biodegradation in the groundwater. What I like using about our carbon technologies in complex hydrogeological regimes like this, with the fractured bedrock, even where precise mapping of the regime has been undertaken, there's always an element of uncertainty, whereas carbon, it injects so well, it moves with groundwater. So we have a degree of confidence there that it's going to find those preferential pathways and find the treatment zones that we need. So looking at the 2 pilot tests outside the building, we're going to do 2 small barriers. Both are going to include Petrifix, and one of them is going to include ORC Advanced. This is our oxygen release compound. It will release oxygen to about 12 months. It's going to drive growth of aerobic microbial populations to accelerate the degradation of 2-PCL, and it's going to be interesting to see the difference in both pilots, see if we need the ORC as well or not.
So at Regenesis, we put a great deal of value on collaborative work and communication and technical exchange of ideas and problem solving. So we collaborate globally. We have a routine, regular meeting, and then we also have specialty teams that also collaborate between districts and globally. To bring it back to our project at hand, it's very gratifying to see now that the team has brought this all the way to the pilot scale with this customer, and they're going in the field.
So behind me we have our Petrifix drums. They come on pallets, and alongside those we have our electron acceptor blend tubs, which we then add to the tanks after the Petrifix has already been mixed. ORC Advanced is delivered in bags, and this is mixed into the tank into a slurry, and it's then injected and chased with water.
So everything here on site is going right on schedule. Following plenty of discussions with Regenesis, the process has gone really smoothly, and we're on track to meet our timelines.
Following the injection works, AWN will undertake monthly monitoring for a minimum of a year, in addition to their regular site-wide monitoring activities, to check the performance of the pilot and see which technology configuration will work the best for this site. For more information, please get in touch or visit our website.